A 4-day series of meetings has kicked off at the United Nations designed to take, quote, bold action by adopting new preemptive laws to prevent the rise of killer robots, something that I warned about 10 years ago in my book, The Resistance Manifesto, which many people laughed off as a science fiction fantasy, but now many human rights groups and scientists are warning that we are on the verge of an utter disaster. A 26-page report put out by Human Rights Watch warns that fully autonomous weapons would threaten rights and principles under international law as fundamental as the right to life, the right to a remedy, and the principle of dignity. Fully autonomous weapons could be prone to killing people unlawfully because the weapons could not be programmed to handle every situation, Human Rights Watch added. According to roboticists, there is little prospect that these weapons would possess human qualities such as judgment that facilitate compliance with the right to life in unforeseen situations. Oh, let's just have an artificially intelligent robot built, and then that'll just solve that remedy, won't it? All of the big major tech companies, from Google to Facebook, are pouring billions of dollars into artificial intelligence research trying to build Lucifer, even though Stephen Hawking, the famed physicist, has warned that if humans create an artificial intelligent entity, it may actually destroy us. That's correct. United Nations officials warn world governments to take, quote, bold action on killer robots. Oh, I thought that was just a conspiracy theory. I thought that was just something out of sci-fi fantasy movies. You must admit that it is completely ironic that Google's operating system for their cell phones is called Android, and then they actually have been purchasing up the big robot companies, including Boston Dynamics, who built the Atlas robot, which was recently shown off to the Department of Defense because it's going to be used for humanitarian purposes. That's right, that's why it wasn't demonstrated to people at the Red Cross. It was shown off to the Department of Defense. The rise of killer robots has been a staple in science fiction fantasies for decades. iRobot, the Terminator, RoboCop, etc. Many of them trying to base their safety laws on the 3 laws of robotics put out by the science fiction writer Isaac Asimov, where he outlined his perceived 3 rules that should be programmed into the robots, such as rule number 1, a robot may not injure a human being through inaction or allow a human being to come to harm through action. Rule number 2, a robot must obey any orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. And the 3rd law of robotics, again outlined in his 1942 short story Roundabout. Number 3, a robot must protect its existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the 1st or 2nd law. And while many roboticists think that this is a possible real protective mechanism that should be incorporated into the robots, it actually may encourage the robots to destroy their human masters or to force them to just take the life extension technology. After all, rule number 1 says that it may not injure a human being through action or through inaction allow a human being to come into harm. So the robots, the artificially intelligent Lucifer godlike entity that these tech companies are building, may actually conclude that human beings are going to die if you grow old naturally like you're supposed to, if you don't take the artificially intelligent Google Gnosis neural interface chip. So it may actually just force you to take it. Like I said, some of the most intelligent minds on the planet are warning against creating artificially intelligent entities, but that hasn't stopped the big billion-dollar tech companies, and Obama recently bowed down to a robot, calling it scary when he was at a recent visit in Japan. Of course, some of these entities, or the entity, will most likely be like HAL in 2001, A Space Odyssey, which will see human beings as a threat to its mission and may terminate people for resisting it. So, United Nations officials apparently are just a bunch of paranoid conspiracy theorists. They must have read my 2005 book, The Resistance Manifesto, that not only just theoretically warned about this, but detailed the very unfolding of such a fear. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new. Check out some of the previous videos and the playlists. Hit me up on Facebook and Twitter. You can check out the Resistance Manifesto on Amazon.com in paperback or any e-reading device. And stay tuned because there's more videos coming soon.